Hey guys, welcome back to Simple Life with Chris and Tara. Today we will be making salsa. So the last 2 years our garden has not produced very well, so we kind of haven't been able to can any salsa for the last 2 years, and we're about to run out. So tonight's the night. So while we were at Off-Grid with Doug and Stacy's Homesteading Life Conference, we had the pleasure of meeting and talking with the people who represented the ForJars company.
So we are so excited to be working with ForJars company, and they sent us some lids to go ahead and try out. And we have really been liking their lids. They are really strong, they're not flimsy, and they're made with high quality food grade silicone that prevents leakage. And also when you go to their website, they have it where you can order like all regular mouth or all wide mouth, or you can even mix them up and have some wide mouth, some regular mouth. And then you also can go ahead and just order all the lids, or you can also order like a box would have the lids and the rings, like here. So here is one that has like the lid and the ring. But again, these lids are really good. I think you guys are really gonna like these lids. These have worked out really well for us. So they're already in the process of making jars. So they are gonna have 4 jars for canning, so that's exciting. So when you go to the website, you can go ahead and choose from 12 lids and rings, or you can buy a whole box of the lids, and I think there's 100 that comes in a box, and you can either get the regular mouth or you can get the wide mouth.
So we're going to put a link in the description box below where you can get a 10% discount if you use our code. So today we're going to be using Mrs. Wage's, I believe this is medium salsa, and we like to add some of our own veggies in with it, so it's not just the bag of the mix. We're going to try and make 2 double batches. It calls for 6 pounds of tomatoes per batch, so I'm going to measure out 6 and 6 and get them into boiling water so we can work on getting the skins off. Running out of room in a hurry. Close enough. So we have them in there boiling, so we'll get them out of there and throw them in the ice water, and the skins will come off super easy.
Once we see the skins start cracking open, then we'll go ahead and take them out of this pan and then transfer them over to our bowl that has ice water in it. And then from there, we'll take them over to our cutting board and start cutting them up and putting them in our blender. And see how easy the peelings just peel right off after being in the boiling water and then going straight to the ice bath. Peel right off. Chris likes a smoother salsa, not quite so chunky, so we're going to go ahead and we put our tomatoes into the blender and chop them up some. And now we're going to go ahead and pour it into the pan. And then we'll start the whole process again. So we have our tomatoes, they're all cut up. In each pot we have 12 pounds of tomatoes. And so that's a double batch in each pot, so we're making 4 batches all together. And we like to go ahead and add some onion and some green pepper and jalapenos and garlic into our salsa. So we'll go ahead and get this chopped up and then we'll be right back. And then when we're all done cutting them out, I'll go ahead and rinse them off in the sink to make sure I got all the seeds out of there. Not that you really have to do that part, but. Now look at this pepper. That is a big.
Put it up into your head.
Look how big this pepper is. This is a big pepper. Okay, and get my knife to go through it. Since we are adding green peppers and onions and garlic to our salsa, we're going to go ahead and add some lemon juice to our jars as well. Since we're doing pints, we're going to go ahead and probably add like a teaspoon of the lemon juice. Okay, so we have about 5 or 6 cloves of garlic, and we're going to go ahead and mince our garlic. Now that we have our minced garlic, set this aside. And this thing right here, this is the most handy thing. We've always used it in all of our canning. And it makes everything so much easier to chop it up. Is it called like a Kitchen King Pro or something?
Yeah, you're right.
I'm going to go ahead and slice my onion up a little bit smaller to stick in there to help it out a little bit. Okay. Ta-da! All diced up. The jars are in the canner. That way they'll be hot when it comes time to go ahead and pour the sauce into them. For our canner, we are using our hot plate as an extra burner to heat up our water for the canner. So the tomatoes, the onions, the green peppers, and the jalapenos is all in there. Now the only thing left to add will be our lemon juice and the Mrs. Wages packet. So now let's go ahead and get it all mixed up. We are going to go ahead and bring it to a boil and then stirring occasionally. And then after that, all we have to do is just reduce the heat and simmer for 10 minutes. Now we're going to go ahead and bring this to a boil, and then we're going to simmer for 10 minutes.
So we went ahead and added 1 cup of vinegar. Since we're doing a double batch, it called for a half a cup per batch, so we put 1 cup of vinegar, white distilled vinegar in here, and 1 cup in here.
Now the salsa is at a rolling boil, so we're going to go ahead and lower it down and let it simmer for 10 minutes.
So we're going to add 1 teaspoon lemon juice.
And then don't forget to go ahead and add some white vinegar to your canner. It helps keep the white scaliness off of your jars while they're processing. So there you go. We have 10 pints of salsa getting ready to go into our canner. Before you put on your lids, you want to make sure you wipe off each rim with a clean paper towel or a damp cloth with vinegar on it to wipe the rims off. And since we are water bathing our salsa, you want to make sure that the jars are completely submerged in the water. And once we have all the jars in our canner, we're going to go ahead and we will process them for 40 minutes. So there you go. There's our first 10. And we already had ping number 1. And then Chris is going to go ahead and fill up our second batch of the salsa. And then we'll go ahead and put those in the canner. And then we'll be all done.
Hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.